Elections are happening on February 8th across Pakistan. If you are one of Pakistan's 127 million registered voters, you have an important duty to fulfill: choosing who represents you in the national and provincial assemblies. But how does that happen, and what are you actually choosing them to do? Let Samcho explain. Let's start with the national elections, also known as general elections. There are 266 constituencies in Pakistan, the borders of which have been recently updated by the Election Commission after the 2023 census. Each constituency gets one MNA, and the person that wins the most votes on the ballot that day will represent your area in the National Assembly. This is known as a first past the post voting system. Candidates can run in multiple constituencies, and if they win in more than one constituency, they will choose one to represent, and by elections will be held in the others to allow the people to choose a new MNA. There are another 70 seats in the assembly which are not directly voted for. These are reserved seats, of which 60 are for women and 10 are for non Muslims. Candidates for these are elected through a system known as proportional representation. Basically, the ratio of these seats will be based upon the ratio of elected seats in the rest of the assembly. So, if a party wins 50% of the 266 constituencies, they get an additional 30 seats reserved for women and 5 for non Muslims. To form a government, you must have a majority in parliament, meaning you need at least 169 seats. If a party does not win outright, they can form coalitions with other parties and independent candidates in order to take power. That's all great, but what does an M&A actually do, and why should you bother choosing one? First and foremost, the winning party gets to instate the next prime minister and install selected M&As, usually from their own parties or coalition partners, as ministers, each responsible for the direction of their own departments. But winning isn't everything. Any bills made by the government have to be voted for by the entire assembly and can't be turned into law without the approval of the assembly, the Senate, and assent of the president. Even if your elected MNA isn't in the ruling party, they still have a say, so seek out people that most represent your views. Making bills, or legislating, is one of the three main duties of an M&A, alongside oversight, which is achieved through the forming of committees that scrutinize the work of the government. They can also hold public hearings and question bureaucrats and ministers. These committees are more important than you might at first think. Their final role is to act as a link between their constituents and the different levels of government to argue for specific issues like more health facilities. Be careful though. If your M&A candidate is telling you they can build a new road or hospital, this is a lie. That's not something they have control over. If they are telling you that they will be able to get government jobs for the people, that's corruption, and something they sometimes do but shouldn't. MPAs have a very similar role to M&As, but on a different level. They also legislate, oversee, and provide a link for their people, but at a provincial level, allocating the funds that each province receives from the National Finance Commission. But again, if they are promising new roads and infrastructure, this is also out of their control. Aside from large projects like motorways and large-scale public transport, these projects and things like improving government services are done by district-level governments and mayors. It's your job to find out who is contesting elections in your constituency and seek out the person that you think will do the best job. If every Pakistani does this, then we could enact real change. To find out the details of your polling station, text your NIC number to 8300. On the day, there will be a separate queue for men and women. In the booth, you will receive two papers, one green and one white, with the names of the candidates and their party symbols. You will stamp one of the symbols on the white form for your choice of MPA and one on the green form for your choice of MNA, and then put your votes in the ballot box. Don't try to take a selfie, as it's against the law, and if you witness any malpractice, notify the Election Commission ASAP by calling 051 11 327 000. If you want to vote for a better Pakistan, then stay tuned to Samjo for our next video, which is a breakdown of what all the major parties in Pakistan are planning to do if they actually win the next election. If you found this video helpful, please share it, and stay aware with Samjo.